so much for being you and for taking your beautiful Saturday to go and canvass and have conversations with people about the reality of where we are right now, but also about the possibility of where we can be if we put our hearts and our heads and all of our force together for good. So we are 3 days away from Election Day. I have to tell you from the perspective of me and our campaign, we feel great about things. We are excited and energized by all of the people that we are seeing and meeting as we continue to tour this state. We're doing all 16 counties and trying to continue to listen to as many people as possible to understand what is really happening in their lives today and what kind of representation and what kind of support people need from their senator. One thing I know for sure after 16 months on this campaign is that Mainers are ready for change. We need it, and we fully see what has happened in Washington. Now, there is so much for us to be worried about, or angry about, or fearful about. We've seen this president steal our democracy. We've seen him roll back environmental regulations. I read an article this morning that said it was, I think, 150 different environmental regulations or policies that he has been able to roll back by executive order. This president has separated children from their parents at the border. There are 545 children whose parents cannot be found. This president is moving to take away our health care, and even in the course of a pandemic. And all of these things we talk about, and yet they happen with such frequency and such volume that I worry in some ways that we become used to that. I know we are all out today to change that, and it is important to be fighting against these things that are not right. But we have to do more than that. We have got to be fighting for what we believe in. We have to have and remember that vision of hope and of humanity, a belief about who we are and what we can fulfill when we think about our democracy, when we think about what it means to be a Mainer, when we think about what it means to be an American. And it is about taking on every challenge that we see in front of us. That is never going to stop that we have those challenges in front of us. But it is how we take them on proactively and deal with them. When you think about the crisis of climate change, for example, to understand exactly how bad we have let it get, but then to make the determination that we are going to address it and create an opportunity out of it at the same time. We can do this. We can win in these elections as we head towards November 3rd, but also we can continue to stand shoulder to shoulder for every day after that, to hold each other accountable for who we are and who we want to be, and to make sure that we are lifting our voices and our muscle together to get the hard work done that we need to get done. Because make no mistake, it is going to be very difficult to make the changes that we need to make, but I know that we can do it. So that starts with you today, and that being said, I know that so many of you have been doing incredible work for days and weeks and months now. Thank you for that. As we look toward the last days of this election for this Senate race against Susan Collins, what we know for sure is it will be a race down to the wire and down to the last votes. And so every conversation that you are having with your friends and your family and your neighbors about what's at stake, but also about the importance of the role that we have here in Maine of electing the next senator. Every one of those conversations can be one more vote that makes sure that we make the change that we need to be represented with someone who's going to stand up for us, but also so that the United States Senate becomes a body that focuses again on making progress for people. Woo! So thank you so much. I want you to know as I go into these last days, and it's a whirlwind of 16 months culminating in these last days, that you give me the energy that I need and the support that I need to keep going and to finish this. So So thank you for